Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something a bit thrilling and wicked. We all love being the hero, saving the day, doing the right thing. But let's be honest, sometimes it's just way more fun to be the bad guy. So, in today's video, we're counting down 25 games where you get to play as the villain. Whether it's through devious plots, ruthless ambition, or absolute chaos, these games let you fully embrace your dark side. So, buckle up. We're diving straight into the world of villainy in gaming. Starting off with Prototype, Alex Mercer wakes up with no memory of how he became this terrifying shapeshifter. As he uncovers the truth, Alex uses his crazy powers to go after the military and scientists who made him this way. You can absorb enemies for their abilities, morph into monstrous forms, and basically wreck the entire city of New York. Yeah, Alex is on a personal revenge mission, but the sheer destruction he leaves behind definitely feels more villain than hero. In Overlord, you're a resurrected Dark Lord, and you control this army of chaotic little minions. These goblin-like creatures follow your every command as you take down the forces of good and, well, corrupt the world. How evil you become? That's totally up to you, either by dominating or completely wrecking villages and heroes. The game's got a dark sense of humor, and you even get to customize your tower, reminding everyone that you are, without a doubt, a villain on a mission for world domination. Here's a flip on the usual hero story. Dungeon Keeper makes you the master of an underground dungeon. You build traps, summon creatures, and defend your evil lair from heroes trying to loot it. It's all about strategy, managing resources, and making sure no hero walks out alive. This game is all about reversing the roles. You're the evil mastermind, and there's no saving the day here, only crushing heroes who dare step foot in your domain. As Darth Vader's secret apprentice, Starkiller, you hunt down Jedi across the galaxy using all kinds of insane force powers. You've got telekinesis, lightning, and way more to tear through enemies. The mission? Eliminate the Jedi Order. While Starkiller starts questioning his choices, most of the game sees you acting as a weapon of the dark side, ruthlessly destroying anyone who crosses your path. Manhunt puts you in the shoes of James Earl Cash, a death row inmate forced to participate in a brutal, violent snuff film. The game is notorious for its extreme violence, and as Cash, you have to stealthily take out gang members in some pretty gruesome ways. The entire point? To cause as much carnage as possible for the pleasure of a sadistic director, turning you into a reluctant but extremely brutal killer. In Plague Inc., you're not a person, you're a pathogen. Your mission? Wipe out humanity. You get to choose your disease type, virus, bacteria, fungus, and more, and then evolve it to spread faster and become deadlier. The whole goal is to kill everyone on Earth before they can find a cure. It's a global scale of villainy, destroying the world, one infection at a time. In Lucius, you're literally the son of Satan. At just 6 years old, your mission is to kill everyone in your mansion, using telekinetic powers to manipulate objects and cause accidents. It's dark, it's creepy, and it's all about carefully planning these murders like a horror movie villain, pulling off the perfect crime without getting caught. Grand Theft Auto 5, you've got 3 protagonists, but let's be real, none of them are heroes. Michael, Franklin, and Trevor are all criminals, and Trevor, yeah, he's a straight-up maniac. Whether it's heists, murders, or just extreme violence, GTA Vice has you committing plenty of villainous acts as you dive deeper into the world of crime. In Hatred, you play as a character driven purely by his hatred for humanity. The whole game revolves around going on a violent genocidal rampage, massacring civilians and law enforcement in cold blood. It's one of the more controversial games out there because of its graphic violence, but it definitely doesn't shy away from making you the ultimate villain. Spec Ops: The Line starts like a typical military shooter, but as Captain Martin Walker, you soon realize your mission in Dubai is taking you down a dark path. As the story progresses, you make decisions that lead to war crimes and brutal actions. By the end, you're left questioning whether you were ever the hero or if you've become the villain all along. In Destroy All Humans, you control Cryptosporidium 137, an alien invader on a mission to harvest human DNA and take over Earth. The game is packed with hilarious moments as you abduct cows, throw objects around with telekinesis, and blow up entire towns with your alien weapons. Despite the comedy, you're still playing as an invader bent on world domination, making Crypto the classic alien villain. The Darkness stars Jackie Estacado, a mafia hitman who inherits an ancient dark power known as the Darkness. Jackie uses these demonic abilities to exact revenge on those who wronged him, but the more he embraces his power, the more he becomes consumed by it. His quest for vengeance is violent, dark, and tragic, as his connection to the Darkness pushes him further into the role of a villain. Postal 2 is one of the most controversial sandbox games out there, letting you indulge in some truly outrageous behavior. Whether it's setting people on fire, using a cat as a gun silencer, or just causing complete destruction, the game gives you the freedom to unleash chaos however you see fit. It's all about embracing evil as the protagonist gleefully participates in the madness and mayhem. In Tropico, you play as El Presidente, the dictator of a small Caribbean island. While you could rule as a kind leader, many players embrace the role of a corrupt tyrant, rigging elections, imprisoning dissidents, and exploiting citizens for personal gain. You build up your dictatorship and maintain control by any means necessary, turning your tropical paradise into a dystopia ruled by fear. In Evil Genius, you're the mastermind behind a plot for world domination. You build an underground lair, recruit minions, set up traps, and carry out nefarious plans to achieve your villainous goals. The game has a fun, tongue-in-cheek take on classic supervillain tropes, letting you live out your dreams of being the ultimate evil genius without any of those pesky moral dilemmas. In Infamous, you play as Cole McGrath, a man who gains electrical superpowers after a massive explosion. You can either use these powers for good or take the path of destruction. Choose the dark path, and you'll terrorize the city, using your powers for personal gain while the world around you falls into chaos. Your actions make you a feared figure, with the city reacting to your growing power and darkness. Joining the Dark Brotherhood means stepping into the role of a paid assassin, taking on contracts to kill targets for gold. The missions get darker and more brutal as you go, with you assassinating innocents, political leaders, and even fellow guild members. By the end of the questline, you've fully embraced your role as a ruthless killer, working for a shadowy organization that thrives on chaos. In Kane and Lynch Dead Men, you control two deeply flawed characters, Kane, a former mercenary, and Lynch, a psychotic killer. Their violent journey is filled with betrayals, bloody shootouts, and hostage situations. They're willing to kill anyone who stands in their way, and the game paints a bleak picture of villainy, with even the protagonists coming across as irredeemable criminals. In Thief, you play as Garrett, a master thief who steals from the rich and powerful. While Garrett avoids killing when he can, his actions often hurt others as he prioritizes his own gain over anything else. As the city descends into chaos, Garrett's only concern is filling his pockets, making him more of an anti-hero or even a villain by the end. Dead by Daylight is an asymmetrical multiplayer horror game where you take on the role of one of many killers. Each killer has unique abilities, and your job is to hunt down and eliminate the survivors trying to escape. Whether you're playing as a brutal slasher or a supernatural entity, you're the villain, using fear and violence to take out your victims and prevent their escape. In Assassin's Creed Rogue, you step into the shoes of Shay Patrick Cormac, a former assassin who betrays the Brotherhood and joins the Templars. Unlike most games in the series, this one flips the script, putting you on the side of the Templars, traditionally the villains of the franchise. Shay's journey takes him across the North Atlantic, where he hunts down his former allies and disrupts the assassins' plans. The game dives into the moral gray areas of the Assassin-Templar conflict, but make no mistake, you're playing as a traitor, hunting down the very organization you once swore loyalty to. In Fable, the choices you make shape your hero's destiny, and one of those paths is a dark and villainous one. By embracing evil, terrorizing villagers, betraying friends, and committing unspeakable acts, you evolve into a fearsome villain. The game's morality system reflects this transformation, with your appearance becoming more sinister and townspeople reacting to you with fear. The more evil you become, the stronger you grow, but it all comes at the cost of leaving a trail of destruction in your wake. Undertale's genocide route is one of the most emotionally devastating paths in gaming. In this route, you systematically hunt down and eliminate every character in the game, including beloved fan favorites. The game's usual cheerful and heartwarming tone shifts into one of despair and horror as your actions turn the world into a lifeless wasteland. As you continue, the game itself starts to acknowledge your decisions, and the final battle reveals just how far you've descended into villainy. And there you have it, 25 games where you get to unleash your inner villain. Whether you're taking over cities, causing chaos, or just embracing your darker side, these games prove that sometimes being bad can be oh so satisfying. So, which of these titles have you played, or which one are you dying to try? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this list, hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome gaming content, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep gaming, and maybe try not to go too evil.